Kia ora te whānau. Today we're going to be doing some training with our mamaiz. Luckily for us at the moment, mamaiz is pregnant. I'll ask her during the session how far along she is, but I'm pretty sure she's like getting either close to that 30 mark or maybe past it. So yeah, we'll clarify very soon. But yeah, this is a great opportunity for us to go in deep with how we would train someone who is prenatal. So yeah, let's check it out. Hi team, so Aunty mamaiz is in the house now. How far are you?
Nearly 30 weeks.
Oh yo, I was very close. So yeah, so we're sitting around 30 weeks, so we're well into the pregnancy model right now. We're getting down to that final straight, I'd say. But she, as you can see, she's still very good at moving and she doesn't seem quite restricted. Lucky for her as well, she sits in kind of similar category to Aunty, as they just train straight through. They do what feels comfortable for them, and yeah, they don't really set themselves any limitations. You work much with your like doctor and stuff to say like, am I allowed to exercise? Do you ever do that? Just go by what you feel?
Yeah.
So usually what I recommend is I just say, especially to mums that don't know, so new mums, and then ones that are really unsure if they have any underlying health issues, I just say check with your doctor or your midwife if you feel like you want to make sure before you get into some training or physical activity. And if it's new, then usually I don't really encourage it. So like walking and stuff's fine and staying active is fine, but if you're going to get into a whole new training program, once you get pregnant, then usually it's just a little bit difficult to kind of go through there. Sweet. Anyways, we're gonna go for some movements. So we'll check out all these movements with mamaiz. She's just gonna do a warm up for us. Thanks, mate. She's just gonna do a warm up for us, so she doesn't pull anything. And then we're gonna get into it. Sweet.
This is called a belly pump. Here we've got Maiz trying to focus on drawing her belly button in towards her spine and drawing on her pelvic floor. After you start to master the belly pump, we can move on to adding different variations of movement whilst we try to engage through that core section. It's just the most difficult thing, trying to keep the core engaged, actively engaged, whilst you do other movements.
We try to challenge the core by doing some isometric holds whilst we do other movements as well. So here's all these different types of movements that we got Maiz doing to make sure that we got that really good core engagement, and then whilst she's got that core engagement, performing a real simple movement like a lunge or a press overhead, whatever it is, we've got all these different movements that we can utilize while she does these core holds. What's really awesome about seeing her work like this is the fact that you can see that she's physically very far along in her pregnancy, and she's still able to do quite a lot of movements. And we really put this down to what we talked about before, that she puts a lot of effort into making sure that she stays active. You'll hear towards the end of the video some of the things that she did in her previous pregnancy as well, to keep herself active, and then how frequent she trains as well is a really important factor to making sure that she can continue her activity. The great thing about people like Aunties and Maiz is that they start before they're pregnant, so they already have this active lifestyle, and then they carry that through their pregnancy. So whenever they get pregnant, they don't just stop. They just make sure they continue going through, maintaining their strength, maintaining their activity, and their fitness usually stays pretty good as well. That's all we're going to go through today with the workout. We just pretty much got it to do a variation of all these different types of movements, and then add a little spin to it to challenge her core, challenge her other stability muscles like through the glutes, and then those surrounding tissue areas through the shoulders, etc. as well, whilst she tries to engage her core. This is your second pregnancy. Did you train right through on your first one as well?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Cool. And what kind of stuff were you doing in the first one? Were you doing like weighted movements, any running, or what's kind of like the stuff you did?
So at the start I was still doing running.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where I couldn't do that anymore. And then I just have a 12 kg kettlebell that I use.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So use that for weights. That's all I used just
Mean.
little home workouts.
Yeah. How consistent are you with your training? Like, do you train 3 times a week or more than that?
I've been doing 5 to 6.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And how long is like a training session?
20 to 30 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. So I guess what we can kind of gauge from that is that it just takes a lot of consistency. So Mai's just like most other people, doesn't really need to train very long, but she trains quite frequently, and that's why she'll keep a lot of her fitness, a lot of her strength. Obviously it's not going to be like as great as it was after she gives birth, but she'll be a lot further ahead than, you know, if she didn't train at all. So that's why I, as well as people like herself, really advocate for women to try and train through their pregnancy, especially if they have someone that can give them advice to do the right things that's suitable for them. Thank you so much for helping me out with my video today. You'll be sure to see heaps of B-roll of her in this, and then we're gonna give her a program as well to help with her kettlebell stuff that she's doing at home too. Just a little plug as well for those peeps interested in our cool as kākahu. What we got on today is I'm wearing Peke Man, okay, so obviously like got a bit of a jump man theme going on, and she's also got some tukana. We've got some nice, what are yours? Whakamana socks as well. So if you're keen to check that out, jump over to her little business, AM Clothes, and you can check out some of that gear and buy yourself some of that cool kākahu today. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys learned a lot from all of the different things that you've seen there. Please like, share, and subscribe. So if you do have some questions, then head over to Instagram at The Collective Training, and you can check out our page. You can DM us any questions that you have, and maybe get your hands on some of the prenatal training that we're doing as well. At the moment we just offer an $8 a week training, or you can come and train with us in our mums groups Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9:15. So if you want to jump into those as well, just let us know, DM us through there. If you've made it this far into the video, you know what to do. Chuck that sword down into the comments below, please. Thank you so much for all the support. Every time we see a sword chucked down there, I know that people have gone all the way through the video. It's really cool to see. Not only are people viewing this stuff, but they're trying to find any little bit of information, any little gem that they can. That's why they end up down the end here. So please go ahead, sign into your Google, YouTube account, and just drop that young sword below. Cheers.